What's up guys, Big Clive 34 coming at you today with the little truck. And today, as you can see here, my fuel gauge stays like that and my temperature gauge doesn't work, which is a little bit of an issue since we've been having some overheating issues. So I'm gonna tackle that. This is the last thing. We're waiting on the torque converter. It should be in the mail today. And then we're gonna head back to Diesels Unlimited in Maryland, get the 4L80E in, and this thing is gonna be able to rip, finally. But first, I gotta get this gauge issue fixed. Before I get into that though, I just wanna give a real quick shout out to Movement Watches, MVMT. You guys have probably heard of them. Anyways, I have always been kind of a watch person, a little bit of a collector. They hit me up in my email, do you wanna work with us? And I was like, of course I wanna work with you, because I love your stuff. Anyways, long story short, go get one of these dope watches, guys. And if you use the code BigClive15 on their store, you will be able to get $15 off on one of these awesome watches. I highly recommend them. I wear a lot of watches. This thing is definitely a solid piece. I got the blue and silver one here. A little bit dressy. I'm probably gonna take it off before I wrench on the truck so I don't get it all dinged up. But anyways, let's go dig into this. After a little diagnosis, we deciphered that these stepper motors in these things go bad. And we have a bad cluster in here and 100% known to be good cluster over there in my Avalanche where Joey is standing. Hey! Just drop all my credit cards out of my wallet while you're at it. We're gonna take the cluster out of that real quick and toss it in here and see if that works. And if that's it, that's it. That's done. We'll be good. We'll be good to go. Excuse the mess. It's still definitely not done. I gotta get a gauge pod and make these gauges look official. But for now, I think all we gotta do is pop this bezel off, and it's like 4 bolts that hold in the gauge cluster. One of the things that I find strange though is that the gauge clusters in these actually store your mileage. So when I bought this, not that I have any reason to distrust the guy that I bought it off of, it has a different gauge cluster in it. So it's kind of like if you have a Silverado or any type of Chevy truck, I don't know how many vehicles this is true for, probably quite a few of them, but if it's not the original gauge cluster, there is a good chance that the mileage has been screwed with. It's like rolling back your odometer in the 21st century. Oh wow, cool. Wow, there's only 1 bolt holding in the cluster. Nice.
Remember how Jesse said he was probably going to take that watch off right there before he started wrenching on the truck? I almost said winch.
Winch?
Well, he lied to you guys.
Guess there's 2 bolts holding in. Everything worked pretty good. I was pretty satisfied with my purchase. Damn, one of your girls hitting you up? One of your 19...
Who this is? Oh, yo, he always sends me some good shit.
What the f... There we go.
Bada bing, bada boom. You got the gauge cluster out. Look at you.
There it is.
There it is.
You know, you got your mile per hour, you got your RPM, you even got a trans temp gauge only available in your 2500 trucks, and then you got your fuel, which ain't working because, you know, fuel's like liquid gold and we ain't got no gold these days because we're broke, baby.
I know. I'll tell you what though, you know, we give all the credit to Two Knuckle Tony.
Two Knuckle Tony coming through with the clusters. And
Copernicus, why don't you navigate yourself to the back of the line with your feet and stand there with your shirt?
Coors Light doesn't sponsor us yet, but we're always drinking your beer on camera. So I'm just saying, if anybody knows anybody at Coors Light, sponsorship would be very welcome. All right, so. Oh, this cluster's different.
Is that a different plug?
It's the same plug, but it's on top. I think.
But still, it wouldn't even matter, right?
I hope not. We'll see. I would think that GM just went to the parts bin and just threw the same thing in everything, but I have been terribly wrong before, so. Okay. Plugged in. We have fuel. It won't start because the key is not in the ignition, but for some reason the accessory still goes on.
That works. Or whatever.
You can start it. Oh yeah, Joey's going to start up the truck wearing these MVMT glasses that you can get at MVMT.com with promo code BigClive15 and you'll get $15 off. So this startup brought to you by Movement Watches and Apparel. Oh, that's probably why it didn't start. Oil pressure. So the fuel's good. Volts. We have a reading. So I guess it was just the cluster. Sweet. Day 2. Today's going to be a busy day. I got a little bit going on here at the house, and I'm running out to the junkyard. I called up, and they actually have the cluster that I need, which is kind of neat. So 125 bucks, should have it back in today, and we're going to get to go junkyard exploring. Also, I have a driveway going in. The guys are here. I'll show you in a second. But why am I doing that? Because you guys saw the project boat. Literally 2 weeks after I got that boat, I got a notice from the county that I can't have a trailer parked on grass again. So literally the only difference between what I was doing and what's legal is a couple of cinder blocks, but I was going to get a driveway put in anyway. So we're just going to do that today. So just to silence whoever does that, like, I have no words for you. There's something wrong with you. If you literally, for something that stupid, call the county like the day that it happens, don't even give it like a week or two to see what happens, because I was going to get this driveway anyway. I hope you're watching this, because and also this past weekend when I was at Charlotte, somebody came and stole my light bulb out of the front of my house. So I got one of these little video doorbell guys here. We're gonna install that. But first, let's go to the junkyard. And my dad just rolled up out of nowhere. Look, you rolled up when I was filming.
Hey.
Right in the middle of when I was filming.
Oh, okay.
So what are you doing? You just showing up out of nowhere?
Yeah, I wanted to see, where's this guy at?
He went to another job.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. You just wanted to see what was going on with the driveway?
Yeah, basically.
Alright, well come on, we're going to the junkyard.
No, we're not.
12 seconds later.
Eating with one hand, eating a donut with one hand, holding a camera with the other hand.
It's not a donut, it's a bagel, first of all.
How the hell are you driving?
Alright guys, so unfortunately for you, we're not probably going to get to do any junkyard exploring today. Not that we would have anyway. We went up to a local place and it turns out that they misinventoried the gauge. I actually wanted the one, or the cluster, I'm sorry. I wanted the one with the trans temp gauge built into it, because the truck, you know, is going to be making some major heat down there. They told me that they had it, and they brought the cluster up after I sat there and waited for them to pull it, because it's actually not a U-pull it like I thought, and it got up and it didn't have the gauge. So now we're going to stop at one other local junkyard on the way back, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to order it online. And I guess the dish happens, but it's just kind of annoying that I drove all the way down here and waited for a half hour for them to pull it, and it was the wrong part. So we're headed back home now, and hopefully we can get this thing in line.
Yeah.
Don't mind me, just casually going in through the passenger side, since my driver's side doesn't have a tumbler. Our driveway's done as we fast forward. Hopefully the neighbors will hate me slightly less or more when I start piling lots more junk in there. So this should be the solution to all my problems, hopefully.
Just jumped.
Assume that temperature would work. Sweet. And we have half the mileage now. Joey figured out the problem. Another belt came off.
I did it.
Show him what the problem was, Joey.
Well,
I mean, Cousin Eddie.
what we was doing is we said, let's go ahead and mount the old rubber band back on the front of the motor here. And when we went to go do so, we noticed that this is not supposed to be like that. back in my day when I used to build NASCARs. That was a serious issue, so we went and got a new one. We're going to strap that thing on there. We're going to go ahead and see what she'll do after that. She'll pick up a couple of horses. We'll see.
So, I went to use the puller on this guy, and it came straight out with the whole shaft and everything. So this is what was supposed to come out, like this, and all that came with it too. So it's straight sheared off, and now I know why the power steering doesn't work. What?